Cameras get better and better every year, yet these days people are gravitating toward old-fashioned film. A Golden Valley store is benefiting from that trend. We visited the National Camera Exchange to peer into the changing world of photography.
And all the way across the front here, I have used cameras, so used is obviously a big focus of our business.
With its rows and rows of equipment from every era. The National Camera Exchange in Golden Valley offers a snapshot of every generation.
Our biggest customer base would probably be like moms and dads and their kids' activities. And this has always been a student favorite.
Manager Jason Brown knows the industry moves fast.
Photography right now, I think it's like one of the most exciting and somewhat frustrating times to be in photography because things are advancing so much. The capabilities of cameras are so good.
Yet, amid all the modern tech, the shop also has nostalgia on its side.
Throughout the pandemic, if you were between the age of 15 and 30, you were here for a film or a film camera related.
So yeah, this is where we load film.
The Exchange develops film, a part of the industry that was largely revived in 2020.
Pull it out here, like so.
Lab tech Ryan Schimpf prepares the film for the processor. He says he's been doing this for over 20 years, and the resurgence is fun.
Yeah, I really dig it, yeah.
This is where I have all of my 35mm.
Upstairs, staff collect film from customers and process it.
I doodle in my free time.
Most of the staff, like Lily Johnson, are customers themselves.
They're so obsessed, and they can't wait to get like their photos back. It really is like that feeling of just like the anticipation, like, oh yes, like it's finally here, I get to see my film.
As for why younger people like the slower, sometimes pricier option, Johnson has an answer.
I think film really like forces you to slow down and just like really appreciate the art of photography.
And it's not just film that people are after.
We have spent years recycling this, and then all of a sudden all the kids want these like super old point and shoots.
At times, it's hard for resale to keep up.
I'm gonna have somebody put some batteries in this one, and we'll see if this one still works.
All in all, Brown says he's grateful for this added exposure.
So this is where we have all of our really cool stuff.
And connection to the next generation.
Film is like such a great present for us, because there's no other way for us to communicate with these 20-year-olds, but they have to come in to pick up and drop off film.
Here's a way for high school and college students to get paid and make a big impact this summer.
We're looking for people who care about those three areas, working with young people, working with individuals experiencing homelessness, or working around environmental challenges.
Summer Impact Corps is looking for more than 400 people ages 17 and older to provide tutoring services for math, reading, and science this summer. Candidates would work 35 to 40 hours a week from June through August and earn up to $6,600. There are 5 locations in the Northwest Metro participating in the program, including Relentless Academy in Brooklyn Center.
It will be a tremendous support to our program. As we have 80 students this summer, we'll need academic classroom support to ensure that we're able to do one-on-one support for children who may need more time and or more learning to happen in the classroom.
Applicants should apply by May 8th. Some students overcome difficult odds, while others look to leave a lasting legacy. This weekend, Kevin Miller introduces us to a student at Cooper High School who does both.
I want to thank you for being willing to basically give back to the community.
Charlie Rush Reese is rallying his troops.
Picking up trash around Cooper. And yeah, so I just want to clap it up for you guys. So thank you, because this event wouldn't be possible without student volunteers. So yeah, thanks guys.
Because of him, these students are gearing up with gloves and trash bags.
You got your gloves and stuff? Me and my officers are like, hey, let's figure out something to do for Earth Day, maybe trash cleanup.
And while garbage collection isn't many people's idea of fun,
Get that broken pen?
Yeah.
for Charlie, it's a fitting way to celebrate Earth Day.
This day is going to show people hey, there's some small things you can start with to basically helping the earth around you, like trash cleanup or different stuff like that.
This group of volunteer students represents the Leo Club at Cooper. Modeled after the Lions organization, Charlie founded the club about a year ago.
It's crazy. They've done so much. They've made blankets for the Children's Hospital. They packed food for a local food shelf. They raised money for Salvation Army.
I just love the impact that we're doing, and we're making people happy or helping their day in any way we can. That's what the fun part comes for me for the club.
As Charlie patrols for trash, he carries a walking stick. He's had one since he was 10 years old.
Oh yeah, I'm blind, so I use a stick to get around Cooper. I'm one of those mystery cases where the doctor's like, you don't really know what happened to you. And I'm like, okay. So I just roll with the punches and I just keep going.
To the left. That's the way.
He's never slowed down or gotten bitter.
He's really thoughtful. He cares more than probably most people in the world, just about others and everyone. He's super inclusive and has such a good head on his shoulders.
And his work at Cooper, be it a one-day trash pickup or the club he's founded, leaves a lasting impression.
That's my biggest hope for this event, that this basically inspires people to basically start helping out in any way they can.
In New Hope, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
A semester's worth of hard work will soon pay off at Hennepin Technical College. Students from Hennepin Tech's Landscape Horticulture program have spent all semester growing everything from annuals to perennials to vegetables. They have 300 varieties of plants and thousands on hand, all of which will be available for purchase starting May 7th. All proceeds from the plant sale benefit the horticulture program to help them purchase new equipment and provide scholarships for students.
Really, really amazing to know that all of our hard work gets to be shared among everybody in the community. This plant sale is beloved. It definitely is marked on everybody's calendar, and hopefully a lot of new people come each year as well.
The plant sale runs from May 7th through the 9th from 10 in the morning to 7 p.m.
Wayzata girls golf has made it to the state tournament 8 times in program history. Last year, the Trojans took 2nd overall in the Class 3A field. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, Chaz Boots profiles a senior standout who's led the Trojans since she was in 7th grade. And her talents go far beyond just golf.
The game of golf was introduced to Wayzata's Sacchi Deshmukh at a young age.
I've been competing since I was 11, but I've been playing probably since I was 3. I was basically the little plastic clubs, and then I think I really got into it when I was probably around 7 when I got the real set.
Sacchi's name has been one that her head coach Mike Schumacher has said a lot over the past 6 years.
She's a very humble kid. She's a super hardworking kid. She's a perfect role model for what you want in your program.
In the latest state rankings by the Minnesota Golf Association, Sacchi is 2nd in the state. Her confidence and steadiness have climbed with her state ranking.
I wasn't super confident in my risk-taking abilities, but I think through the sport, I really improved on that.
A lot of kids are kind of up and down, and you can tell with their body language how they're playing. Sacchi's very even keel, really smart player. Of course, ball striking is always super important to be a great player like she is.
Sacchi plays well on the course, but she can also play well in the classroom. Her orchestra director, Mark Gitch, thinks she's up to par.
She is a solid violin player. I mean, she's a kind of, in golf, she's at the top of the world. Here in orchestra, she's in our top ensemble, which is one of the best in the state.
The string and the swing have more in common than one would think.
There's so many fine-tuning things in golf and violin, and I think that's where they overlap with each other a lot.
Having that ability to see the world through multiple lenses, that brings a strength to each of those worlds that she sees. And I think because she uses her mind so well, she sees and looks for those connections.
Her musical and golf talents provided Sacchi with several avenues she could have pursued post-graduation, but her education and an opportunity to study chemical engineering at the University of Texas is where Sacchi is taking aim at.
I did want to play golf in college for a really long time, but then after taking a couple more harder courses last year, I really kind of discovered that I wanted to take my education more seriously.
In her time at Wayzata, the balancing act of school, golf, and violin has been a challenge for Sacchi, but her drive to excel has made her a leader in all 3.
Kids don't have to listen to her, they can just watch her. I've said to younger kids in our program, you want to get good at this game, do what she does. Stand out in the classroom, stand out in all walks of life. She embodies student athlete.
there's that competitive drive that comes from athletics, and she's able to bring that sense of drive into her music making. And there's the problem solving abilities that come in the academic world, and she brings that to her violin playing. And then the craft and the community that she develops as a violinist, she brings out to her other activities.
And before she wraps up her competitive golfing career, Sacchi is hoping to lead her team back to the MSHSL state meet one last time.
I'm gonna miss the team environment for sure. The friends I've made and the connections I've made, they've all been so meaningful to my journey in golf and life, and I'm really grateful for all of them.
Thanks, Chaz. Sacchi placed 6th overall at the Class 3A state tournament last year. She hopes to use her chemical engineering degree to then go into the pharmaceutical field. For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm John Jacobson.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.